I'm 48 feet above Merrill right now. I'm actually in one of the baskets of the Merrill Fire Department's fire truck. That's why experts say you got to get low and thoroughly check all of these little crevices. On this road alone, police found 2 signs just like this one. They both have NWK spray painted on them. That's right, police believe a teen shot her stepdad and stabbed her mom 35 times in this home just up the driveway behind me. And they say the double murder happened all while 3 little kids were still inside. Right behind me, the Merrill Fire Department is showing people what they do when someone is trapped in the car. They're going to cut this car open. It's a pretty intense demonstration. Police are meeting with many angry parents who want to know how their daughter's photos ended up in the hands of a sex offender while he was still in prison. These docks here at Hodag Park have been in the water all summer now. And if you take a closer look, you can see it's really hard to see if there's anything actually on them. Berries that aren't properly ripened look something like this. They're not fully red and they have white up towards the top. The damage from the hail is obvious on some of these apples, but not everything's ruined. When you go deeper inside of the tree, you can find perfect apples with absolutely no bruising. If you take a look or drive down this road, it's easy to see it's in pretty rough shape. There's loose gravel and potholes all along the road. The fans I spoke with today are not worried. They say Aaron Rodgers and this team have what it takes to make it all the way to the Super Bowl. It's going to be a great event. There's plenty of stuff happening here. We're covering the news live in Merrill. Karolina Buczek, Newswatch 12. All breast milk donations from the Northwoods end up right here. This freezer is the milk depot at Aspirus Wausau Hospital. It's rarely empty thanks to mothers like Amy Borman.
Well, I, with my second child, was blessed with a very abundant supply of milk, and by the time that he was about 6 months old, I had 2 entire deep freezers packed full of milk, and I wasn't ready to give up on our breastfeeding journey quite yet, so I had to do something with all that extra milk.
Amy did some research and found out there was a milk depot in the area. She went through the donor screening process and was approved.
I had to have my OB doctor and my son's pediatrician sign some papers saying that it wouldn't be harmful to donate my milk, and I had to get some lab work drawn, and that was it.
Each gallon of milk has about 128 ounces of milk in it. Amy donated a total of 3,702 ounces of her own breast milk. That's about 29 of these gallons. That'd be like the first row of this entire rack and half of this one as well. That's a lot of milk, and Amy's not alone. Other mothers here in the Northwoods have donated just as much.
We've really had a great success with the program. We've collected over 3,400 pounds of milk in the 2 years that we've started this program, so it's been very well received by our community.
All of the breast milk collected is sent to the Indiana Mother's Milk Bank. It's one of the few milk banks in the country. There, the milk is pasteurized and delivered to places that need it. The NICU at Wausau Aspirus Hospital actually buys the milk back and gives it to its tiniest patients.
It's actually considered a medication. Breast milk is so easily digestible, and breast milk contains a lot of natural antibodies that the mother has produced. So it kind of gives those babies a little bit more of a fighting chance.
Should we put some flowers on it?
And those babies who depend on breast milk are the reason many mothers keep donating.
It's an incredibly rewarding feeling, just knowing that not only have I been able to provide the nutrition for my own children, but also that I'm helping other babies that really need breast milk.
We're covering the news in the Northwoods. Karolina Buczek, Newswatch 12. Students in Anago aren't just running for fun. They're doing it because they're new members of the 100-Mile Club.
It's really to help them set a personal goal to improve their fitness, but also improve their academic performance and achievement, and to help them achieve that goal.
The goal of the club is to run or walk 100 miles by June. That may sound like a lot at first, but when you break it down, it's only about 3 miles every week.
Some of them will run a couple laps and then they'll walk a couple laps. We have guest walkers coming out like police officers, firefighters.
The students keep track of their progress through punch cards. And so far, more than 1,800 students have reached the 1 mile mark.
And the students are loving it. They're bringing out their cards every day. They're getting punches. Some kids are up in the 20 miles already, 30 miles. It's fantastic.
It can be easy to lose motivation when you're working out or running alone. Come on, keep going. Students are much more likely to keep on moving if they're working out with a friend. And that's why the 100 Mile Club is so successful. The feeling of working out together keeps the students encouraged and active.
Go running!
Health experts also hope the club can stop a dangerous trend in the area.
Langley County has the highest rate of heart disease in the state of Wisconsin. So I'm hoping that this will help us, if we can get everybody moving, walking, that'll help us to reduce that. I mean, that's really our goal.
Working towards a healthier community, one step and 1 mile at a time. We're covering the news in Anago. Karolina Buczek, Newswatch 12. Keep a close eye on your boats and docks this fall to double check if you find any of these.
So that's about full size right there.
These are zebra mussels, an aquatic invasive species we don't want to see here in the Northwoods.
They really work at the food web, and they really eat a lot of the zooplankton and the phytoplankton, and that's taking it away from our native fish.
Zebra mussels attach to hard surfaces, and they can quickly multiply.
Zebra mussels are about 1/4 inch to maybe about 1 inch big, and they have stripes on them.
They haven't been found in Oneida County yet, but there have been some close calls.
A boat inspector from Pelican Lake on Friday afternoon checked a boat going into Pelican Lake, and he scraped off multiple zebra mussels off that particular boat.
Some zebra mussels are so small, by just looking around here, you wouldn't be able to find them. That's why experts say you gotta get low and thoroughly check all of these little crevices. Zebra mussels have already made their way into some Northwoods lakes. This is what Lake Matonga looks like in Crandon.
I know they do a good job with trying to contain that zebra mussel population, but we work really hard at trying to keep those, zebra mussels out of nearby lakes.
We're covering the news in Oneida County. Karolina Buczek, Newswatch 12.